Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening. Welcome to the December 9th Monthly Commission on Disabilities meeting. If we could please pledge allegiance to the flag. I have the trusty flag here. I'm trying to get it so it's not blurry. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, is indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If our co-chair, our vice chair, Pauline Perno, could do a attendance roll call for me, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Okay, Ralph DeChico, you are
Present.
Pauline Perno is present. Jason Barone.
Present.
Mario Gramanis.
Present.
Ellie Vargas.
Present.
And Anne Marie Fiore.
She is not here, but I believe she was going to be trying to make it.
Okay. All right. That's it.
Okay. Item number one is a motion to approve the meeting minutes from our October 14th meeting, since we did not have a meeting in November. It's been a long time since I've seen everyone. Hopefully you all didn't forget who I was. So I sent the meeting notes to everyone so that you could review it. I'm not sure if there were any errors. If there were any errors, if you could please let me know so that we could update that and make any necessary changes. If there were none, hearing none, seeing none, if I could have a motion to accept the meeting notes as posted.
Motion to accept.
Motion to accept made by Mario.
Second.
And second by Jason. By Jason. Okay. Item number two is our usual. Item number two is a guest speaker. At the time that I had to post this, there was none confirmed at the time of posting. And since then, we also confirmed that we do not have a guest speaker for the month of December, and Pauline is working on seeing if we get anyone for our January meeting and moving forward to our following month's commission meetings.
I'm working feverishly to find some folks. I have two leads. One, actually, my son is helping me with for Cataldo Ambulance, but the other one is for a an organization based here in Boston. It's called Humankind Casting, and they specifically, it's a casting organization, like for movies, TV productions, etc., billboards and whatever, specifically looking for people with disabilities or different abilities. And
that's great.
That's who they hire. That's who they sign with. And that's who they promote. So I'm trying desperately to get them, and I would like to get them in either January or March, only because I'd like to see if CPAC would also like to join us that month whenever they come, because they do sign on a lot of teenagers, elementary age kids that can help speak to the different abilities.
Oh, perfect.
So I will do updated as we go through, Ralph, even, in between stuff. So if I can get them January or March, and then hopefully I can fill in for January and February with someone else.
Perfect. I also like the idea of Cataldo Ambulance, since Jason has spoken in the past that, we would like to talk about, if they have anything in place for a resident or a person that is in a motorized wheelchair, if there's any plans or actions in place for that.
I've
so
had
that does not get
son about that, because he's been called recently and there's been some different instances. So
yeah.
We don't talk specifics, but we talk about, what if this,
right,
that, those types.
Great. Even, if there is or there isn't, we can talk about it and hash things out and
right.
have a little roundtable discussion on that. That would be perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much on that. Next is item number 3, updates and next steps from the October meeting. We basically just got into that. Pauline updates. She's got future month guest speakers. The next item was updates. I know Anne Marie is not here, but I am going to talk about it, about the music therapy program. We had stopped. We had finished with the workshops. There really, from what I gathered, there really wasn't much of an inkling of people going to it. And I wanted to open up the discussion here. I don't think at this time I'm going to move forward with having the programming itself. And I just, to my recollection, when we had them here for our meeting and for our discussions moving forward, we had told them that we wanted Revere TV to be able to video those workshops. And we were going to reach out to Revere TV. This is nothing on Revere TV because we were told by them that they did not want us to do that after because of privacy. But we wanted these workshops. These are just workshops so that people would be able to see what the program was going to entail.
Right.
But we received an email from them that they did not want us to do that after we had started and booked these workshops. After the first workshop and second workshop, well, before the second workshop, I said I wanted to try and contact our local community access TV to see if they'd be available for the second or the third inclination of the workshop. But
Right.
we received an email back that they did not. Am I wrong by stating that we did mention to them that
We did mention.
Yeah.
No, we,
that was our reasoning for doing the workshops and wanting to have Revere TV video, because sometimes the parents were not going to be able to come to those workshops, but this way we had a video, I'll say documentation of what this program would entail for people to see that couldn't make them in person to the
Right.
workshop. Because
well,
the workshop was just going to be informational.
Right.
well, correct. It's not about therapy. It's not the same as doing therapy, which even if they were doing that, it's not like individual therapy where you're talking. It's
Right.
just, so their whole privacy thing is baloney. Now, what you can do, if it came down to that, if something happened, you either get a release from everybody or you just block out the faces that don't need to be seen, because the main purpose is the person that's actually conducting it. So,
Right, because it's almost like it was almost going to be like a seminar, just explaining.
Right. But even if it wasn't that, even if they were doing an actual therapy session to show what it looks like, they don't get into private information. Now, if somebody didn't want their face and they didn't sign a release, you don't show their face, or you just show the person that's conducting it. The purpose is to get people's attention. That is the original. So their argument, baseless and ridiculous.
But
and I don't think
I
they
just
were
wanted to
upfront.
make sure I wasn't off base by saying that was one thing that
No, that was one of the things we wanted to do. I don't think, they understood that, or the person didn't convey it to their management, but there is no privacy issue there. That is, it's just for purposes of, educational, but even again, regular therapy, you just get a signed release. It's all it is to show what it's like. So even if you did a regular therapist, which you want to do that too, you want people to see what they're dealing with, because the workshop is the part to tell somebody about something, which helps them get free marketing. So they're full of baloney, number one. But free marketing, who wouldn't want that?
Right.
Number two, there is no privacy issue because you're not getting into HIPAA things per se, like Cataldo. If they start talking about a file, now we got a problem. You see my point? So there's no reason for that to even be, because even if they did a regular therapy to show one or two, that's not going to hurt anybody either.
Yeah, no, because that's why I'm like, at this point, I have to rethink on what we want to do, because it really wasn't, I believe the first workshop, I believe there was five people that showed up for it. I haven't gotten, that's why I was hoping that maybe Anne Marie was going to come and she was able to touch base with the Revere Rec Center to see if they had the exact numbers. But I think as the second and the third, we may have even canceled no, we had all three, but I think that the numbers dwindled for the workshops. So that's why I really wanted to be able to have this, so that
maybe you should maybe you directly, Ralph, should reach out to leadership
I-
head of that and say,
Well, I did. I did put an email, and I think Pauline, I think I had you on it too, stating that we did discuss that we wanted to be able to have our local access TV channel recording it, so that we had something to show people what the program would entail, to pique some interest. Um,
There's
but
no in you
Thank you.
in you wanting to put that on TV than if there was a seminar for a continuing ed program where they're filming the speaker who's presenting information on such and such a topic, even if they use mannequins or whatever else, there's still
right,
no privacy issue because you're not involving anyone else except for the organization that's giving it.
exactly.
Something specific in
Mhm.
their little bylines or in their contracts that we were not privy to, then you're talking about taking it to see if you want to press it that far, taking it to the legal team and say, how can we best meet them so that we can have what we want and they get what they want without anybody getting violated anywhere, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, people have gotten too far with that.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, it's one thing for a hospital, and even that, I've seen people cross lines. That's all I'm going to say about that because
Oh, yeah.
believe me, I've seen and heard plenty, and so they're full of it, and so I don't understand it. To me, that shows they're bad business. They obviously have something to hide. What are you trying to hide? There's no privacy issue. Their standing doesn't make sense on it. It just doesn't add up. I don't know. What I mean, Ralph, was with that you directly should talk to them, not just email. You should talk to leadership and be like, well, where are you getting this idea? Because the idea is to market your program, but also show people how this works so that parents can feel at peace, because people aren't going to just sign up for things if they don't really know what they're dealing with.
That's right. And this is a
Right.
program that has never been brought forth.
Right. This is a new
Exactly.
program that we wanted to bring in as a benefit to these families and
Right.
these children and young adults.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. I just wanted to get some feedback on that.
Mhm.
Thank you. Moving on, Ellie, I'm hoping you have some good news for me about the Revere Beach crossings for the
No, because the weather has been bad, and I'm literally leaving on vacation in 2 days. So when I
Okay.
do come back, I have to see if they do that crosswalk. We need it, and it's gonna get worse. You're seeing the streets, and I'm thinking when I do come back, I'm gonna talk to the city and other representatives because a lot of the streets are not that well. They're,
Yeah, because they're down the beach. Just send an email to submit that email to Representative Charco, and then just follow it up with a call. Because we really, this has been going on too long, and we really need something done. And I know I can't do this. That's why I
yeah,
wanted to have you, and I know you'd be able to press
yeah,
it.
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll email him
And
tonight.
at this, since you're talking, I just want to let you know Ellie was just reconfirmed on the commission for, was it a 3-year term?
Yeah, 3 year, I believe.
Yeah, on the beginning of was the beginning of was it the beginning of November? When did you go?
Nearly 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
2 3 weeks.
because the dates all run together for me, so I don't remember when it was.
I think it was during a commission meeting something. Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
2 weeks.
yeah, it was the appointments committee meeting that you had to go. I just didn't remember what date you had to go up there.
Yeah, yeah. It had a bunch of other committees,
Yeah,
people there.
yeah, the council, they usually have it before the council meeting.
Awesome.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, so uh, I will move on to item number 4 was CODA Commission on Disabilities Alliance meeting on December 3rd. It wasn't ready for the posting, but I have some basic notes for that meeting. At December's CODA meeting, they basically have some discussions on parking accessibility and the differences between the ADA and the AAB. The ADA is the federal accessibility standards, and the AAB is the Architectural Access Board. which is the state accessibility regulations, which fall under what's called 521 CMR. Just talking about the different regulations. Mainly, we were discussing the parking accessibility for parking lots and what the ADA 2010 standards of accessibility design, what qualifies for that, and what institutes the state AAB regulations and when that is in effect. So which one has jurisdiction and which one takes precedent. So that was one of the main talking points. Another area of discussion at the coder was there was a lot of discussions regarding the accessible voting machines. And how a lot of them are defunct, and the CODA is looking to form a subcommittee to discuss possibly writing a letter to Secretary Galvin's office. I believe that with the automark machines, if I have that correct, Ellie, that's what they're called, correct? The automark machines. There's a lot of issues, especially I believe it was the Boston Commission was discussing that they had a lot of issues with them this past election, and I guess that's universal. There's a lot of issues with them, so. Some municipalities are mandated to have to use them, so they're looking to put a subcommittee group together from CODA to possibly write a letter to the Secretary of State Galvin's office in regards to the issues with those machines. And lastly, the Newburyport COD mentioned a project that their local Lions Club is doing that they have been consulted on and talking with them about their feelings, called Right Here. I believe I've mentioned this before. They are beacons that they're putting on their accessibility trails that the visually impaired can log into an app on a phone or a tablet, and it will let them know what they are near on an accessibility on a trail, so that they know, just to say that if it's a building or something on a trail or something of I don't want to say historic, but something of significance, so they know what's there. If they're visually impaired and can't see it. Also, the other thing that they were talking about is possibly being able to use it in other areas, these beacons. So that's a discussion that the Newburyport COD had discussions on. Other than that, that was the just of the monthly CODA call for the month of December, and the next meeting will be in January. The next item we have is item number 5, and I wanted to let everyone know that DCR's Universal Access Winter 2025-2026 Adaptive Program Schedule is out. And what I am going to do is I am going to share my screen. If I can, let me just open it first, and then I will share it. Let me open it. And let me do a share. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. Stop screen share. Get this to work. Screen. Let me know if that's popping up. See?
There you go.
Okay. Is it centered good enough for you?
No, well, it isn't centered, but if I enlarge my screen, I can kind of get it centered. I
Okay.
follow them on Facebook, so you can also go on Facebook to look at their programming. As a matter of fact, I was watching their skating.
So they have their universal schedule. I'm also going to give you their website is right here. It's mass.gov /DCR/access. If you go to their website, you'll be able to get their schedule. And I'm just going to scroll through this a little bit to see if I want to make sure it's going to scroll. It talks all about their adaptive cycling, different playgrounds. There's a lot of information, adaptive ice skating in different places. But I'll just briefly scroll through some of this. But if you go to that website, and I'll back up to it so people can see that website. There's one at the Perazzo Memorial Rink, has adaptive ice skating. The Perazzo Memorial Rink is in East Boston, so they do offer some adaptive ice skating there in East Boston. They actually have it from Wednesdays, 11 a.m. to 1:30, and it's free, and the entry and equipment are free of charge. So I am going to go back up to the main page that has the website again. So bear with me as I scroll up so that I can get the main website on the page for you. There we go. It's remove my cursor, and it is DC. Oh, I don't want to send them an email.
No, I see that.
Hold on a second.
I think it's
Okay. It's this. That was their email address. Sorry about that before. Their website is mass.gov/UAP/EEC. So this is their website. And you'll be able to get all the information about their adaptive programs. You'll be able to get their winter schedule. Then if you follow that, once their spring and summer schedule comes out, all their schedules will be there. And the Universal Access program, that's the group and the program that came to our All Abilities Day out at Revere Beach and brought us the beach wheelchairs last year and this year. And that was free of charge. They do a great job.
Yes, they do.
Right. So I'll stop sharing that. And I will move on to item number 6. Item number 6 is Chapter 40, Section 22, handicap funds collected. I just wanted to let everyone know that the Revere Parking Department has sent a communication email to me asking if we can help allocate some of the monies that are collected that go into that fund that the Commission on Disabilities has. To help pay for the lining and new signage of handicap parking spots and municipal parking lots. So what that fund is, what I had done is under special legislation under the MGL, I was able to have any handicap parking violation funds collected by the Revere Parking Department. All those funds are allocated to the Revere Commission on Disabilities to be able to use for programming and any type of work done that benefits people with disabilities in our community, such as any type of accessibility to buildings or structures or anything like that that's municipally owned buildings, that is. So it has to be a municipally owned building such as City Hall or anything like that. And this is where we allocated the money for that that program that we were using for the music therapy program. We paid for funds out of that. So I had sent them a communication to get me a cost analysis for it. And we would be able to use some of those funds to help them to pay for that lining of the handicap parking spots as long as they meet all the rules and regulations under 521 CMR for the proper space. The spots have to be paved and have to be flat, smooth surfaces. The access aisles have to be the adequate access aisles. The signages have to be in front of certain height requirements. One thing that they had asked for, and it is not required under 521 CMR, is the symbol on the ground. The painted symbol on the ground is not a required regulation under 521 CMR. So I told them that we wouldn't be able to allocate those funds because under MGL, under these funds, that is not a benefit since it is not a requirement. A lot of communities, a lot of people think that it's required to put it on the ground, and a lot of communities only put it on the ground. The requirement in the regulations under 521 CMR is the proper signage in front of a spot on a pole or on a building at the proper height and proper distance with the proper wording. So I've just been waiting for them to get back to me what that cost analysis is, so that it can move forward, they can pay for it, and then they can do a transfer of funds out of that fund to help pay for that. I also wanted to have some talks with the administration for any other accessible projects that need to be done to help benefit the disabled community in Revere for the municipal buildings, such as anything that needs to be done to City Hall. I know there were some projects that when I was involved as the ADA coordinator before, that they were trying to do, that we had tried getting some grants for, that at that time that fell through. But there's some things that may be able to be done on a smaller scale that we may be able to use some of those funds allocated to help with.
Ralph, for the lineage, the lining and the signage, is that going to be done by the city, or are they contracting that
No,
out?
it's gonna be contracted out. Yeah. It's
Okay.
contracted out.
Thank you.
Yep. Excuse me. Everybody had any questions on that? Item number 7 is items from the Massachusetts Architectural Access Board, which is the MAAB for variances. We received one that I will share. Let me open this up so that I can share it first. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. We received one. Let me go back to my share. Share. And stop sharing. Share. Okay, let me know if you can see this form. Let me close.
I've got it.
So you can see, let me get to the beginning of it. State the name and address of the building facility. It's Revere High School. Is that what's showing on your screen?
Yes.
Okay, it's just going to take a second. Yep. So this came from Perkins. I believe it came from Perkins Eastman. Is the architect who's building Revere High School. And they are, if I get too technical, just let me know, because I know a lot about this and I was getting these before. Now, in my other job, I'm really involved in a lot of this stuff. So I may get too technical and I don't mean to. So what they are trying to do is under the state of Massachusetts, the Massachusetts Architectural Access Board, as I mentioned, I believe earlier, there are codes and regulations of accessibility codes and regulations under what's called 521 CMR, which are the building accessibility codes. And when a building renovates or new building, they need to follow a lot of these codes. And when they can't, they need to go to the Architectural Access Board for a variance. So what they are trying to do here for the new high school, there's a couple of variances that they are requesting. One of them, and I believe they are looking for requesting 3 or 4 variances, and they all center around the auditorium. For the central rail at the auditorium, the social stair at the building central commons, and the gymnasium bleachers. And so it goes into what the actual sections that they're looking for relief in. Section is 24.4, which 24.4 is because of this lack of a landing at the ramp aisle auditorium housing. It's common for the slope of the housing seating with auditorium to continuous and unbroken. In this case, the house is 1 in 12, which is 1 foot for every 12 inches and 36 by 37 feet in length. And in order for the seating to be provided with proper sight lines and equal views throughout the house, it does not have the landings on landing areas which would be required within a ramp and slope of this length. So that was one of them. So they have 3 different ones. Another one is with the handrails at the ramp aisle at the auditorium. They don't have the proper ramps. I mean, the proper handrails at the ramp side. They also another one is door clearances. Door clearance at doors in recess of greater than 6 inches due to energy codes and exterior wall assemblies of modern buildings designed to meet the newest versions of code requirements and a minimum of 6 inches continuous insulation. Closing these cavities in weather-tight way creates a deep wall section, which is an issue for single-leaf doors. A lot of these variances, I can see the reason for it. Boston Center for Independent Living weighed in on these, and the only issue that they have is they didn't see any dedicated wheelchair or companion seating in the auditorium. Basketball court bleachers are social stairs. With regards to their request for the number 4, where those doors, they needed a variance because of the inlay, because of the special insulation. They are asking, they wanted to see if those single user restrooms, if they could provide automatic door openers to help alleviate that issue. I know there's a lot of technical things, but as a commission, I would be in favor of these. I want to see if they detailed their railings. I've seen a lot of these requests go through. The Architectural Access Board may ask them to do a couple of different things on the railings for the auditorium, because you do need certain railings and platform. When you have so many feet, you need a level platform, you need a ramp to get down to it, or another way to get down to the bottom level without a ramp. But they may have an access with an elevator to get there. So when it goes to the AEB, the only questions that I think are going to come up is what the Boston Center for Independent Living came up with, asking them is the dedicated wheelchair and companion seating in the auditorium, and they're looking for relief to allow them to have those doors at the restrooms, because they have a 6-inch gap, which is kind of tough for someone in a wheelchair to be able to get into that 6-inch, to get in there with a wheelchair to pull the door open. So BCIL, which is the Boston Center of Independent Living, is asking if they could put an automatic door opener on the outside of that wall, so that someone who uses a wheelchair or uses some type of assisted device does not have to worry about going into that little area to open the door. There'll be an automatic door opener that will open it for them from inside and from outside, which is a good request that I'm sure that will be a good resolution for that. So I just wanted to let everyone know on that I don't see anything out of the ordinary with requesting these 4 variances.
I just hope they do the elevator, I mean the bathroom, and I was in the Garfield School since it opened after it was opened in 1990, and they didn't have enough seating, and also between the chairs, you don't know if someone's having a 20 by 18 chair or larger. So I mean, I was an architectural person, so I know minimum for a door frame for someone disabled is at least minimum 3 feet 6 inches.
32 inches.
Yeah,
Well,
Okay,
30,
so
actually
it's gonna be
36, Ralph, now.
no, it's 36 with a 32-inch opening.
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha.
A 36-inch door provides a 32-inch opening.
okay.
I see.
So I hope the new construction does that. So
Yep.
if
Yep.
they need any input,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
all these, as you
yeah.
can see, let me make this a little bit smaller. All these doorways, that's why the BCIL is, request number 4 is all the doorways. And that's why the Boston Center for Independent Living is asking them if they can put automatic door openers at those doorways.
No,
All
Yeah,
doors should be
okay.
automatic.
they should, yeah.
Yeah, all doors should be automatic, Ralph, because it's impossible when you're in a
Well-
chair, especially a power chair, when you're in it,
Well,
trying to hold the door. It's
under-
dangerous.
Under 521 CMR, automatic door openers are not required. They're only required in certain circumstances if there is not the proper hinge and latch side. You have to have 12 inches on the hinge side and 18 inches on the latch side. If that's not provided on a doorway, that's where an automatic door opener has to go in with the by variance. Or in a vestibule, if there is not 4 feet in between 2 doorways, that's where an automatic door opener is required.
Ha-
Automatic door openers by
Ha-
code.
have you ever, and I'll give you an example, Ralph. Have you ever gone to the Apple store at Copley?
No.
Okay. Please go there and check it for yourself. You try to hold that door in a power chair or a manual chair, and
I
I'm
know, I'm
honestly
not saying that it's hard to do, but I'm just saying
it's not safe, Ralph. Somebody would get hurt. You can
Yes,
ask my
but
wife
the
that.
bylaws, they don't care.
Right,
I've been around the school system as well. I have to push the chairs with my own front legs.
right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
because
That's always
the
been the
bylaws,
case.
because the regulations don't require it.
Mhm.
The only way that they have to do it is if they don't meet the latch side and the pull side
Mhm.
requirements under the current laws. The same thing with the ADA laws is that our laws, believe it or not, 521 CMI are more stringent than the ADA standards.
Mhm.
So that's something that they're working on doing. What they're looking on doing, and it has to be done by the legislature. What the Architectural Access Board is doing is eventually, hopefully, they can get it proposed to the legislature. Is that all new buildings and all new constructions they want to require automatic door openers, but as of right now, they're not. I totally understand. I totally agree with you, but they're not. But there are issues and circumstances, and if the doorway is too heavy, that's another thing. A door has to meet certain weight. An exterior door cannot be more than 15 pounds, and an
Oh,
interior.
you ever
No,
seen the all glass doors? If you see the Apple store, it's all glass, including those doors.
Mhm.
And even for my
Very heavy.
wife, who's standing, that door was extremely heavy. And the same
yeah,
at
and that's
Copley.
when you need to put a complaint in that they need to regulate. There's mechanisms on the top of the doors that they need to lower the weight. If it's got a hinge on it, they can adjust the weight to lower the weight of the door.
Okay, I'll have them take a look. I mean, just
Well, yeah, of course.
people who have that are in a power chair, what would happen, and I can see it. If someone wasn't assisting, I could
Right.
see the potentiality for uh, a tibia break, and I've been through that, as Mario knows. So, with doors closing automatically, and so I'm just looking at the future of this. Too many variances. They need to be, I guess, protecting people, and I think there's a concern when they start asking for so many variances.
Well, that's not a variance that they didn't get a variance to that. This
Yeah.
one, they're requesting a variance because of the door is in because of the energy new
Right.
energy codes that are regulated through the state now.
Right, of course.
So they're asking for that because of the setback. So what the BCIL is saying is, because it's not a requirement, so they're saying to make it a lot easier, why don't we have them put an automatic door opener there?
That
As
makes
a variance. That's a variance
Right.
to put one in. They're not
Right.
required to put one in, but to make it easier. But when you're talking about the Apple store, there was no variance to not put one there. They're not required to put a door. They didn't get a variance to not put an automatic door opener in there. They weren't
Right.
required to put one in.
Right. It's
So
definitely.
yeah. So that's where it is on that. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Al, you understand a lot of that stuff anyway, right?
Oh yeah, I was the one that read the BCI. I'm part of that, so I was, yeah, I knew what was going on with the school. I was so mad, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Wow, they need to do the right thing so we don't have to be in that place.
But Jason, it's worse. If you go to the what is it, Northeast Metro Tech?
Yeah, you were
They
talking about that
redid
one.
it.
Oh
It's
my,
horrendous. It's
That's the old
horrendous.
school. That was the old school, right?
No, they just redid the street to go up to the mountain, and it's scary. I don't know
Oh,
Uh,
how
believe.
people are going down and up it, but it's not good.
that's not the new school yet that they build. They're building a new vocational school.
Yeah, but I'm just saying when they were doing the update for it. Now they're building
Oh,
the new
okay.
one. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I graduated from that school too. So I know a lot of schools in Revere in this area. They're all not cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not cool. Yeah, yeah.
All right. All right. I'm gonna move on to item number 8, commission members' late items, late informational items. I'm not sure if any commission members have any late informational items.
Yes, I do. Believe it or not. Um,
Yeah.
so on the Green Line part, now with the shutdown, let's just put it this way. My trip today was horrendous on the return. I took a lift downtown to do something, and I went to take the shuttle back. The first shuttle set up that was supposed to go to Kenmore. One person didn't tell the other person that I was getting off at Kenmore. We ended up on somewhere near up Babcock Street, had to turn back around, and those people didn't talk to each other when I got down to Kenmore. So that created some issues for the driver. And then the last part, this is the kicker. I was in waiting for the C train to go home. And when I was doing that, what ended up happening is I was at the station, and when I was waiting for it, the driver supposedly didn't see me. That's what he told my wife. So they had to radio downtown down to where we were, so that when the next train come, they got me right away. But it was ridiculous. So their whole setup in this, and the worst time of year to possibly do this. Um, I hope Philip gets good word of it that this is ridiculous. Cold, not a good idea, and it's, I don't know, it would have been more light if they had done this in summer. But just be cautious if anyone needs it, because the green lines are shut. So
Yeah, for 2 weeks now, right? Until the
yeah, it's going to be
22nd.
2 weeks. Started yesterday, and it's going to go
Until the
all the way to
22nd?
22nd.
through the
Yep, through the
22nd,
22nd.
open on the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If
So
we're,
It's crazy.
Mhm.
It's
anyone else?
on in 2 days. I don't have to worry about the green line.
Anyone else have any informational items?
No, just to tag on the end of that one, go on to MBTA's website for anyone who is trying to take any of the lines, whether it's blue, red, orange, or not green right now. But there's a series of escalator and elevators that have been closed because they are being either updated or upgraded or fixed. So there's a number of them, and you won't know until you get off and that you can't go to where you're trying to go to. So if anyone is considering taking the trains in and around Boston or suburbs, take a look at the closures, go under service interruptions, and you will see all the closures for the escalators and elevators that are current. And there are quite a few of them, so just be wary of that as well.
Can you repeat that? Do you have that website again?
It's mbta.com, and then you can punch in under menu, punch in subway, and it will bring you, you can go on red, green, orange, or blue, whichever one you want, or all of them to check. And it will list out all of these interruptions or delays. And if you click on, like, you'll see a number 6, so it will be like 6 areas that are of concern on whatever particular line you're looking at. I know it right now, it's mostly the escalators that are out of service. They're being updated and or upgraded. I don't have the full listing, but if you go on MBTA's website and then you go onto the menu and punch in subway, because you can do subway or bus, punch in subway, and then you can click on whichever line you want, and it will give you the service interruptions that are current.
Thank you, Pauline, for that.
You're welcome.
That would be helpful.
It's very interesting.
Any other commission members? Item
the-
number 9.
Oh, yeah. The only other thing I was going to say, we need to get the MBTA to start doing something better about, and Ellie, I'm sure has run into this. You go to the elevators and people have used them as a restroom. So
Yeah.
just another caution. Yeah, I know. It's, yeah. So to wash your wheels, and just, I want anyone who's possibly in a wheelchair to hear that. Just, it's too much of a surprise.
Yeah, I got a lot of urine, especially between Government Center or Harvard. Yeah, there's a lot of those incidents.
It happens at Kenmore too. It's
Oh,
sad.
lovely.
Yep.
Lovely. Even though Kenmore there's a bathroom, so I don't get it, but whatever.
Residents' concerns or issues. The only thing that I just wanted to let residents know, I thought I had a sneeze coming on, so excuse me. I lost it. I just want to let you know that everyone does know that when they fill out applications for a handicap parking sign, the Commission on Disabilities is just a facilitator. We just take all the information in and we pass everything along to the Traffic Commission. They're the ones that approve or deny handicaps applications. There is no Traffic Commission meeting for December. They're not meeting again till January. So anyone who has submitted an application after November 22nd, that will not be heard until the January meeting to ask for a public hearing. That public hearing then would be in February. So I just wanted to let everyone know that if you had recently submitted an application for a sign, it will be going to the Traffic Commission in January to ask for a public hearing for them to approve or deny in February. Next steps. Our next steps, we will just be transferring over just from item number 3 this month, just the normal updates for the calendar and update regarding the letter sent to Representative Turco. We will no longer have to do the music therapy monthly. And item number 11, reminder, Vice Chair Perno, if you could read that for me, please.
Certainly. The Commission on Disabilities office number is 781-286-8267. Residents can also call Revere 311 directly and speak to their staff Monday through Friday. They will answer most questions, but if they are unable to assist you, or if you prefer to talk with the Commission directly, please ask to be transferred to the Commission on Disability direct number. Please leave a detailed message and we will respond to you shortly. As always, please don't hesitate to contact us if you would like to discuss or add something to our monthly meeting agenda. You can also let us know if you want to discuss any concerns. The Commission is here to help you and assist all residents with disabilities and their families in Revere.
Okay. Next is item number 11. If I can have a motion for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion,
that.
motion to adjourn made by Jason
And Ellie,
and Ellie. Our next meeting is going to be on Tuesday. Ready for this? January 13th, 2026. I just wanted to take the time to wish everyone happy holidays. I'm going to put it as happy holiday. I don't want to single out anyone's holiday by just saying one of the holidays by name because I don't want to forget anyone. Unless somebody knows all the holidays, and I will leave it to you to say them all. Because I don't know them all off the top of my head, and I don't want to forget anyone.
That and season's greetings will work, Ralph. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
all that.
Fine.
And stay warm.
Yes.
Stay warm,
Well,
definitely.
have
Yeah,
a
stay
happy
warm.
and safe New Year. Please have a happy and safe New Year.
You too, Ralph. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Dang it.